How do old women do it, and for how long? The hidden strength of aging gracefully. When we think about old age, most people imagine weakness, dependence, and decline. But if you carefully observe the women around you, your grandmother, your mother, or an elderly woman in your neighborhood, you will notice something extraordinary. Despite wrinkles on their face and pain in their knees, they somehow keep going. They cook, they clean, they pray, they guide, they love, and they still take care of their families. And you wonder, how do old women do it? And for how long can they keep doing it? The truth will surprise you, because what keeps them going is not just physical strength. It is a hidden power that younger generations often fail to notice. 1. The secret of emotional strength. Old women have lived through everything. Wars, poverty, heartbreaks, raising children, losing loved ones, and countless sacrifices. Over the years, their hearts have become stronger than steel. They do it because they have trained themselves to accept life. While younger people complain about small problems, an old woman smiles and says, "This too shall pass." This acceptance gives her the ability to carry on when others give up. How long? As long as her heart beats, because emotional strength does not fade with age. In fact, it only grows stronger. 2. The habit of never stopping. If you observe carefully, old women rarely sit idle. They wake up early, light a lamp or say a prayer, sweep the house, cook meals, water plants, talk to neighbors, and keep themselves busy. It is this habit of never stopping that keeps them alive and moving. They may not run marathons, but their daily movements are equal to a workout. How long? As long as their body allows, even into their 80s and 90s, because the habit is stronger than the weakness of age. 3. The power of love and care. Here lies the deepest secret. Old women don't just live for themselves, they live for others. Their love for children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren becomes their fuel. When a grandmother bends down to feed her grandchild, or when she cooks her son's favorite dish even though her hands tremble, that is love in action. This love makes them do what seems impossible. How long? Until their very last breath. Because love doesn't retire. 4. Wisdom over strength. With age, physical power declines, but wisdom multiplies. An old woman does not waste her energy on unnecessary things. She knows what truly matters. For example, instead of rushing, she works slowly but steadily. Instead of lifting heavy burdens, she finds smarter ways to manage. Instead of arguing, she chooses silence. This wisdom is what allows her to keep going when her body tells her to stop. How long? As long as she remembers, as long as her mind stays sharp, wisdom will guide her. Even when memory fades, wisdom still shines in her actions. 5. The strength of faith and prayer. Many old women rely on spirituality. They wake up at dawn, pray, chant, or meditate. This connection with God or the universe gives them inner peace and energy that even medicine cannot provide. You will notice that women who pray regularly live longer, happier, and healthier lives. Prayer becomes their medicine, their therapy, and their hope. How long? Till the end of life. Faith never leaves them. It becomes their lifelong companion. 6. Adjusting with age. Another secret. Old women know how to adjust. They don't expect life to remain the same forever. When their body weakens, they learn to walk slowly. When eyesight dims, they ask others to read aloud. When income reduces, they manage with less. This ability to adapt is why they survive storms that younger people cannot. How long? For as long as life gives them challenges. Adaptation is their hidden superpower. 7. The bond of relationships. Ask yourself, who calls the family together on festivals? Who remembers birthdays? Who still cooks the special dish no one else can? It is always the grandmother, the mother, the elderly woman in the family. They do it because relationships matter more to them than anything else. This responsibility keeps them alive and gives them purpose. How long? Until the family stops listening. But most families never forget the love of an old woman. It carries on even after she is gone. 8. Health, diet, and discipline. Many old women live long because of the way they ate and lived in their younger years. They didn't eat fast food every day. They relied on home-cooked meals, natural ingredients, and simple living. Their discipline, sleeping early, rising early, eating seasonal food, walking daily, built a strong foundation. That's why even in their 70s and 80s, they are more energetic than a 30-year-old glued to screens. How long? Till nature allows. But their lifestyle extends their years far more than modern habits ever can. 9. Pain is their companion, yet they continue. Let's not ignore reality. Old age comes with pain, joint stiffness, poor eyesight, fragile bones. But here's the shocking truth. They learn to live with it. Ask any grandmother and she will say, "Yes, it hurts, but what to do? Life must go on." They do not complain as much as younger generations because they know pain is part of the journey. How long? Till the very end. Because pain may stay, but their spirit stays stronger. 10. The final secret, why they do it. So why do old women keep going? The answer is simple. Because they are the backbone of the family, the invisible thread holding everything together. They do it because they must. Because if they stop, everything around them might fall apart. And for how long? Until their very last day on earth. And even after they are gone, the lessons they taught, the recipes they shared, the values they passed down, those live on forever. Closing thoughts. So the next time you see an old woman working, smiling, caring, or simply sitting quietly in a corner, respect her. She is not weak. She is a warrior in disguise. She carries the weight of generations, the wisdom of time, and the strength of love. How do old women do it? With love, faith, wisdom, and unshakable resilience. For how long? For as long as life allows, and often even longer than we can imagine. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the older generation. Don't miss a single life-changing lesson.